this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and I have a card to share with you today. Now, I have to show you my list. You see, this is my list of cards since I have been tied up over the last month and a half. These cards date back to the middle of February that I should have started. Two of them I have done, so I'll cross those names off, and I'm doing a third one tonight. Now, the particular card that I'm making tonight is actually a baby card for a nephew that was born in January. And I had designed this card clear back in February or maybe even January on my using the Cricut Craft Room and the Nursery Tales cartridge, and I have had all sorts of fits with it. It prints just fine, but it won't cut. And I don't understand what's going on with it. I think I'm going to have to call ProvoCraft. I found when I've Googled it that it seems to be a common problem, unfortunately. But hopefully I can get that fixed. So finally tonight I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to take the card and hand cut it. So let me show you what I've done. This is the main part of my card. This is from the Nursery Tales cartridge. It says it's a boy. And it's this really cute frog and bird and stuff. And this was the base of my card. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a card to go with this theme. So I went to the stock photos and I pulled out this scallop shape, which is very close to it, and then I filled it with the background paper that came with the Nursery Tales cartridge, and I joined them together to form a card. So what I'm going to do to start off with right now is we're going to score that, and I'm just going to line it up the best I can. It's not perfect because I hand scored it. I just kind of designed it myself. So I'm just, and I should have scored that on the other side, but that's okay. I just have designed that for myself, and I'm going to fold it on the crease line, and it's pretty close. It's going to work just fine. And then it stuck a lot to my mat, so I'm hoping I can make it still look good. So let's go to the inside first of all. Now, well, first of all, what I want to do is I want to trim up some of these edges that don't quite meet. Again, I don't know if any of you have had the same problems with your Cricut Imagine not talking to the craft room correctly. Like I said, it prints beautifully. I was able to design the card. It's all laid out and ready to go. Get it all printed, and it stops in the middle of the cutting process. Now, some of the times what I've discovered it does is it'll pause, but when it comes back it's not lined up, and so it's like it's halfway up and it starts cutting way off of where it's supposed to be, but most of the time it just won't cut at all. So that's kind of been the problem I've had. So there, we've got it kind of trimmed, and I think it's still going to be really cute, so we're going to go with it. Okay, now for the inside, this is another little image that I found from the cartridge, again, it's from the Nursery Tales cartridge, and it coordinates with the front. And then what I did is I just printed it and I hand cut it out, and then I inked around the edges with the Close to My Heart Indian Corn Blue. So I'm just going to adhere that down. It'll be really simple. On the inside, it'll still be finished, but it'll be something that's really simply finished so that I still have room to handwrite what I want to write in there for my new little nephew. I messed that up right there. Okay. Now, for the sentiment on the inside, what I want to do is I have this stamp set from Inkadinka-Doo. And this is the Welcome Baby stamp set. And up here it says, hey diddle diddle, someone new, someone little. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it a little bit differently than what I normally would. Normally I would try to put that down here, but I really don't have room. So I think I'm going to just kind of center it right on the top, right in the middle up there. Now this is the first time I've stamped with this stamp set, so I'm really hoping that I'll get a nice clean image. Just if you haven't done a lot of stamping, sometimes with the acrylic stamps, or probably even the rubber stamps for that matter, that first time or two you stamp, sometimes you don't get the cleanest image and you have to go back. And kind of, one of the things that you can do is you can take a file or an emery board or something and gently file your acrylic stamps. I don't know that you can do that with rubber stamps, but with your acrylic stamps, your clear acrylic ones, you can sometimes go back and file those a little bit, and it'll help clean up your image a little bit. Okay, so let's set that aside. And then we have, hey diddle diddle, someone new, someone little. That's all I'm going to do to the inside. Just very simple, just like that. And then the outside, I want to stick the It's a Boy on there. I'm trying to be careful because I want, that's pigment ink from Close to My Heart. So I don't want to put too much pressure. I want to give it a second to dry. What I've done with this, because I am mailing a gift with this, it doesn't matter to me how much dimension it has because it's just going in with the gift, so it's not like I'm putting it in the mail. So I decided to put it on foam tape, and if you notice here, these are my foam dots. These are old. I don't know where I had them, where I even got them, but they are years, probably 10 years old maybe. They're really old, and they're really pretty thick. Foam tape, and what I'm doing is I'm using some of the negative space. I just cut across and pulled it off because the way those were designed, you have your circles you can see here, and I want to be able to use my whole piece, and so that's one of the nice things about those. And this just kind of gives it some dimension and adds some interest to it. So there we've got that part done, and now I want to kind of liven it up a little bit. So let's move this stuff aside. The first thing that I did is I pulled two different colors of 3-Girl Jam ribbon. They both coordinate. That blue kind of a little bit, but the green coordinates with the green in the frog. So I thought what I might do, and we're going to play with it a little bit, is just add some interest with the green and kind of pull out that green. Now there's a couple things. To me, this corner looks kind of unfinished, so I thought I would add a little bit there. The other thing I thought I might do is add a bow up here. No, I think what I'm going to do is tie a little bit of a bow. Let's pull out the 3-Girl Jam bow maker. Some washi tape up there, and we're going to just make a tiny bow. So, and I just want a 1-loop bow. So if you see what I'm doing, I'm bringing it around to me, both sides. I'll bring it around just like that, and then just tie it into a knot. Super simple, and you get pretty bows every time. And so I think what I'll do, oh yeah, I like that. So let's just add a little, let's just cut a little bit of a tail. I want pretty short tails, and that even may be bigger than what I want. And if it is, I'll trim it back. And let's see, let's get a blue dot here. Here's some. Because I wasn't sure what I was doing, I wasn't as well prepared as what I should have been. And did you know there's the current 3-Girl Jam challenge is pastel colors with ribbon, and I think I'm going to enter this because what says more pastel than baby blue? There we go. There, I think that finishes off that corner really nicely. Now there's one more thing I wanted to do. Well, first let's cut this tail even shorter because it's getting in the way of my little tiny bird there. There we go. Cute. Now I pulled out some stickles here. These are icicle stickles, and I want to put it in 2 places. I want to put it in on my bird, and just to add a little bit of sparkle and bling to the bird. And then I wanted to do the same to Mr. Frog here. And the beauty of these clear stickles is it kind of picks up whatever color you're putting it on. And so on the frog, it kind of picks up that green, and on the bird, it picked up the blue. And that just gives it a little bit of interest there. A little bit more sparkle and glitz. Let's put a little bit more up on his little tail feathers. Okay. And there we have it. It's a boy. So not a difficult card other than my imagined problems, but it's still cute and still something special for my nephew. So thanks so much for stopping by today. And remember to take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.